The Isle of Wight is working towards becoming an age-friendly community. This is part of a global initiative driven by the World Health Organization. Age-friendly aims to address all aspects of everyday life in our physical and social environments. It encourages healthy and active ageing. It supports everybody, regardless of their age, and looks at access for all. In 2016, the Isle of Wight joined the World Health Organization's global network of age-friendly cities and communities. The Age Friendly Island project is led by Age UK Isle of Wight and is one of the programme of the Ageing Better programme funded by the National Lottery Community Fund. This fund looks to support adults who are experiencing loneliness and social isolation and are over the age of 50. At the heart of Age Friendly are the voices and views of older people. On the island, these views are shared and developed through our steering group. This group is made up of stakeholders from the public, private and voluntary sectors. Those on the steering group are strategically placed to influence policy and system change. Stakeholders who are working towards being age-friendly are invited to sign up to the Age Friendly Island Charter, a document highlighting the organisation's individual commitments. The Charter was created by members of our steering group and older people.
My role is about involving older people as part of the Age Friendly Island project. They are the foundation of what we do, so that any changes that we have made over the last 5 years are relevant, meaningful and sustainable. The forums are one element of which we involve older people. The forums happen every 3 months. The agenda is set by the people that attend, and they are open to anybody who would like to come along and who has an interest in the topics that we are discussing. The people that come are from various types of backgrounds. We have those that come because they care for other people, and we have people that come because actually they want to find something out. We have around 40 people that regularly attend these forums, and out of those we have those that are committed to making the changes within organisations that support older people. The relationship between the forums and the steering group is symbiotic. The ideas that come forward at the forums are then presented to the steering group, and we work with the many partners to then make changes in policies and practice. Within the Age Friendly Island team, we work hard at being creative and making sure that involvement is as accessible as possible. One way that we do this is to work with Vectis Radio to produce a show called Older and Wiser. People can tune in and listen on a monthly basis to make sure that they find out what services are happening in their local area. People often ask, what difference does it make? Why on earth should I come to a meeting? We found out that over the last few years that actually the simplest ideas can have the biggest impact. A conversation with a lady about packing her shopping has led to a whole project with Tesco's developing the Time for You till, where you can have a conversation with the person that's serving you and know that the people behind you are not rushing. Other projects working with Amy Waste to improve their face-to-face service, looking at employment and gaining work experience for people who find themselves unemployed, as just part of the many projects that have come from very simple ideas at the forums. We take to the steering group, work with our partners to enable the difference to be made. In a minute, you're going to meet 3 of the forum attendees, Meg, Morris and Elenid. Each one comes to the forums for a different reason. Let's hear from 3 of our regulars.
What the public forums have done is they've been a connective agency to sort of start connecting up, a bit like a jigsaw really, to put together a social welfare jigsaw for the island. So things start connecting up and people suddenly realise, yes, there is a particular organisation that will help them, and you know, it's been done through the forum.
Interesting to have an exchange of views and ways to change the problem of social isolation on the island.
The forums become a voice, which is very important, I think, because that if you haven't got a voice, that adds to social isolation, because you feel nobody cares, nobody wants me, nobody listens to me. The forums helps people to understand and to listen to the older voice.
Since attending the Age Friendly Ireland public forums, we've changed our ideas about how we were going to give messages out to members of the public. The members told us that they weren't interested in social media and things like this. They would like a booklet with the information in. They would like handy aids, like we've done mouse mats with information about how to stay safe online. We've done bookmarks. We've used everything, all the ideas that they've come up with, and we found this very successful.
As Julie from Trading Standards mentioned, the engagement between themselves and the public forums was instrumental in deciding what communication methods they would use to publicise their services. We wanted to get some more stories from our stakeholders about the positive impact of Age Friendly Ireland, so we asked our steering group members if there'd been any significant policy or strategy changes.
The Age Friendly project has had a number of positive impacts on our service, especially the training that's been provided, which has really helped our crews have a much better awareness of the difficulties that our ageing population have with daily tasks and activities. It's enabled us to enhance our safe and well visits, to give a much more thorough inspection and give better advice, and it's also helped us partner up with lots of different agencies that can also provide that additional support.
The Age Friendly project has had a couple of really positive impacts on our business, the library business that is. We have had the Age Friendly training, which was superb. It's enabled our staff to really get to grips with dealing with older people in a much more suitable manner, really. And it's also enabled us to create in this library, Lord Louis Library, an age friendly area, which I'm standing in now, which is very useful for people. People have really commented on how much they like using it. Another strategy we've adopted is if we have an activity that runs well at a particular library and attracts older customers and they really like it, we then try and replicate it across many of our libraries. For example, over 60s groups, book groups, Nits and Natter, and that's proved really successful, attracted loads more people into the libraries.
Well, I certainly feel there's been a lot of positive impact that the Age Friendly service has had to policing here on the island. But if I was to pick one out, I would certainly feel that the Age Friendly training that Age UK delivered to our neighbourhood police officers had a really positive effect. What it in fact done was give us a wider range of tools to go out and deal with the elderly community on the Isle of Wight. And if I can think of one practical example where that really had a positive effect, was one of our neighbourhood policing colleagues went to an elderly couple in the south of the island. The male was suffering from dementia, the female was his lone carer. The officers said that they felt that the communication skills that they obtained as a result of the Age Friendly training were in a position to much more effectively communicate with their elderly couple. But what they actually did afterwards was that the better understanding of the local networks that are out there on the island, they were able to refer to a local Alzheimer's cafe. They recognised that actually the couple were isolated, and they actually put them in touch with a network which was going to support them moving forward.
So my role is finding ways in which we can engage with and support older people in our local communities on behalf of the Church of England on the island. And the Age Friendly project has had quite a positive impact in that it's raised the profile of the needs and issues facing older people, and it's given me an insight into the other organisations that are out there doing similar or related things who we might be able to learn from and or work with. Our services have been adapted so that they are short services, a maximum of half an hour. The orders of service that we use are produced based on our understanding of how people living with dementia access the printed word and what kind of images they find helpful. The hymns we sing are well known, and the prayers that we use are either simple or traditional prayers. Our sermon, our talk is always very short, and we try to use visual aids or make it multisensory. And it's prepared in such a way that it taps into deep-seated or long-term memories.
Since being affiliated to Age Friendly Ireland, we've come across lots of different policies that we had that were individual. That's made us look at the policies and actually review what we're doing with regards to access and disability as a whole, which has been fantastic.
We have updated our training as a result of our learning from the Age Friendly Island project. The CPC is a certificate that every professional bus driver has to have, and it's a legal requirement. We have introduced the age simulation suit training into our training programme, and it's now become part of our legacy with regards to the Age Friendly project.
As an age-friendly champion for Nettlestone and Seaview, it's enabled me to have a big impact in the things that we've been able to achieve over the last 5 years. Being involved in the steering group has enabled me to get a much wider picture of the opportunities across the island, and also influence, being an older person myself, the rest of the steering group into understanding the cause and effects of what they plan and what they do. Policy-wise, we've definitely been able to incorporate the World Health Organization criteria into our parish plan, and so as a result of that, the next 10 years it's cemented in place for that to be reviewed on an annual basis.
I think the best thing about being involved in the Age Friendly project is the fact that as an enforcement authority we really were struggling to think about how we could move forward this partnership that we wanted to create. And with all the members around the table at the steering groups, we had access to a huge number of different groups with different ideas about how we could do it. And I think this has hugely contributed to the success we've had so far.
The Hampshire Police has signed up to the Age Friendly Island Charter, and we have now embedded that fully in our 6 areas of focus, and that has been delivered here on the island, and that's a direct result of us being involved in the Age Friendly project.
To date, 40 organisations have signed up to the Age Friendly Island Charter. This shows their commitment and the specific work they will undertake to support older people. This work will continue beyond the life of the Ageing Better lottery funding. It is important to think of Age Friendly not as a project, but more as a means to change and influence a shift in cultural attitudes. It is evident from the voices that we've heard that this is starting to happen, and that Age Friendly's strategy and policy have already been implemented to help improve the lives of older islanders and all those living here.